Thank you very much for that underwhelming greeting. Ladies and gentlemen and politicians, I have a confession to make today. I love Randy Newman. And not just physically. I love his music. Who could resist a man who looks like a dentist, writes like Voltaire, sings like a frog on heroin, and breaks just like a little girl? Randy, and I call him Randy because that's his name, although in England it has another meaning, but I think horny Newman would not have been such a good name. Randy is simply the best ever. He's so amazing, he doesn't deserve just a star, he should have a binary star. Entire solar system, even a black hole here on Hollywood Boulevard. Although it wouldn't be the first black hole. Sorry, it's the medication. I fell in love with him in 1967 when on the radio I heard these words. What can you do to amuse me now that there's nothing to do? TV set's busted and I can't get a picture. Radio plays nothing but news. Why don't you tickle me? And that for me was a turning point because this was on the B-side of an Alan Price single called Simon Smith and the Amazing Dancing Bear, which went to number 4 in the UK charts and which contained the words that became my own personal philosophy: who needs money when you're funny? Of course, later on I learned the limitations of that philosophy. The answer, of course, Randy, is your wife does. And I found out soon that these songs were both written by Randy, and I discovered his own voice in 12 songs, and I was hooked, completely addicted. And I have had a lifelong joy in the work of this extraordinary songwriter, who seems to combine the very best of American orchestral music, Stephen Foster, Aaron Copland, even Sousa and Cole Porter, with the wit of Tom Lehrer, the outraged sensibility of Lenny Bruce, the irony of a Mike Nichols, and the mordant sensitivity of a real poet. And I'm not going to say the real poets' names because this is Hollywood Boulevard, and poets don't get stars, and vice versa. Wit and irony, those are the two things, not your common stock in trade of the average pop songwriter, which consists usually of saying things like, do you like me, get 'em off. Randy himself refined these sentiments when he added, but you can leave your hat on. American boys were always a bit more sexually advanced than we British boys, thanks largely, as I later and gratefully found out, to American girls. Randy and I are both from a generation whose fathers went off to World War II, all to be altered, and many, as in my case, never to return, leaving us to piss and moan for 60 years, dress up in velvet, take a lot of drugs, but above all avoid the military. We performed together in 1977 when Saturday Night Live insanely did a show live from the streets of New Orleans during Mardi Gras. A completely mad idea made utterly worthwhile by a chilling and hair-raising moment with Randy singing Louisiana. Louisiana, they're trying to wash us away, they're trying to wash us away. Only 20 years before it became official Bush government policy. I can't tell you how proud and moved I am to be asked to honor him, and proud of my adopted city for honoring him today, because like him, I love LA. I love it. And like LA, Randy, we love you.